Here at 5 o'clock, a disagreement between Kentucky Senators Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul over hemp regulations has now spilled over to Kentucky's House of Representatives. Representative Jamie Comer and Representative Morgan McGarvey penned a letter opposing newly opposed limits on how much THC is found in hemp products like CBD and Delta 8. McConnell calls the limits closing a loophole in his 2018 Farm Bill. If you're not familiar with the bill, here's a little more about it. In 2018, President Donald Trump signed the Agriculture Improvement Act. The Farm Bill moved hemp off the federal controlled substances list, which then made it legal to make products derived from hemp like CBD and Delta 8. It caps the allowable THC levels at 0.3% by volume, both in the hemp plant and in hemp products. WHS 11's Ian Hardwitt reports a lower limit might kill the industry.
At Cornbread Hemp in Louisville, around 100 people work producing hemp-derived products like these CBD gummies. Some people use it to fall asleep or relieve pain. Senator Mitch McConnell pushed for the bill making hemp growing legal, but now wants limits on the THC found in the end products.
Young children are consuming these snacks thinking they're candy, not poison. On top of that, these products are easily accessible and be purchased at convenience stores.
McConnell calls it closing a loophole.
We're not operating in a loophole.
Cornbread co-founder Jim Higdon says his business expansion is threatened by a federal proposal that would ban any quantifiable amount of THC in hemp products.
Even our CBD products contain a little THC, but if the hemp products industry is not allowed to have any quantifiable amount of THC, there will be no market for that hemp that's being grown.
The THC goes in seltzers too, capped at 5 milligrams by Kentucky's state government. Here on the label, up to 0.3% hemp-derived THC. So it falls within the regulations of the current 2018 Farm Bill. However, with the requirements that any detectable amounts could end up in the end product, that would spell the end of the seltzers and the gummies too. Hemp farmer Brian Furnish opposes the regulation on THC levels.
You know, anything that you do when you affect the finished product comes back eventually to the farmer and how we produce it and what we can produce. You know, in Kentucky this year, there was about 9,000 acres signed up to grow hemp, and almost 90% of that is for cannabinoids.
However, he and Higdon support other regulations McConnell called for, like a 21-year-old age limit, plus lab testing and labeling requirements for producers. In Louisville, Ian Hardwitt, WHAS 11 on your side.
The Kentucky Poison Control Center at Louisville Norton Children's Hospital said in the last 10 years that 545 kids have been exposed to hemp-derived products. Over 773 have been exposed to actual marijuana.